Hotep means peace in the ancient Kemetic language, and Mwalimu means teacher in Kiswahili and is equivalent to the English word professor. On behalf of Channel 82 and Mwalimu Dropping the Knowledge, I am ecstatic to begin Season 2 of this journey into self-knowledge. Like Season 1, we are continuing to plant the seeds of consciousness for the growth and benefit of our community by sharing powerful nuggets of knowledge from our global Black history, including a reading list during the scroll of the credits. It is a Pan-African and African-centered approach aligned with my training as an Africologist. Let me also thank the ASHU, KEPRA, and Black History Works community who continue to financially support this endeavor, proving that we can unify and combine our resources in a powerful way. Asante Sana, thank you so much. Good people, I'm excited and say once again, Hotep. My name is Mwalimu Melody Mishere Van Putten, and this is Mwalimu Dropping the Knowledge. As a brief introduction to you who are just joining us, as well as a reminder to our faithful viewers, Season 1 of Mwalimu Dropping the Knowledge highlighted not only the long history of our ancestors, but our connections to one another. I will continue this theme, being even more pointed with the historical and cultural lessons of connections, since I believe it is part of the essential work we need to do right now. Today, it is up to us to avail ourselves of the knowledge that will heal us, restore us, and motivate us to rise to our traditional greatness. That work begins with re-knitting ourselves to ourselves. Our connections to one another were fractured, damaged, and broken when our ancestors were kidnapped, forcibly transported, and enslaved. During the agonizing Middle Passage, we were distributed throughout the globe, stolen from Africa and deposited in Europe, the Caribbean, and the Americas, North, South, and Central. Our ancestors began the horrific voyage as Africans. Today, we need to be crystal clear about our essential Africanness. Knowing, understanding, and embracing our core identity is crucial. Dr. Asa G. Hilliard III, psychologist, Egyptologist, historian, and my mentor, expressed our lack of understanding about our identity as the existential choice this way: to be African or not to be. In order to survive, our ancestors had no choice but to adopt values and a culture that did not come from us. To be clear, Western values, in particular, individualism, materialism, consumerism, along with nationality, has not served us in the past and does not serve us today. We must reweave ourselves, our connections to ourselves globally as a people of African descent, no matter where the boat stopped to drop off our ancestors. Poetically speaking, we are connected. We are connected, and the connections abound. Our culture, vibrant, life-affirming, beautiful, connects us aesthetically, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. Drums, music, art, dance, beauty in fashion moves us, but beauty is as beauty does, and the actions of our fearless, courageous, and visionary ancestors has inspired, motivated, and moved our people to action in our own behalf. Action needed now more than ever. We are connected, and the connections abound. Our history, ancient, glorious, intellectual, triumphant, connects the genius stored in our DNA. We are a brilliant people, having created the literal foundations of civilization, from agriculture to medicine, establishing ethical standards, the first universities, science, and religious systems, not to mention beauty of our jewelry, textiles, pyramids, and architectural wonders that still stand today. We are connected, and the connections abound. Our history connects us, painful, struggle-filled, perseverance-laden, with moments of victory. We are connected from the motherland to the diaspora, a connection that we must reweave in the 21st century, understanding ourselves beyond nationality, individualism, and religious diversity. The unraveling of our connections was deliberate, purposeful, and necessary. How else do you create a slave mentality? It's fed chaos and confusion concerning our connection, identity, place of origin, depth of kinship, division planted and used, colorism, religion, nationality combined with Western values, individualism, materialism, consumerism, took us off the path of strength, wisdom, unification, and true liberation. But it is said, when you know better, you do better. Let me say that again. When you know better, you do better. It's weaving time, reknitting ourselves to ourselves, understanding deeply our connections to one another, consciously connecting the dots, beginning at the beginning. Africa is in our DNA. It's in our walk. It's in our talk. Africa is in our essence as a soulful, resilient, extraordinary people, spiritually deep, with deep connections we must unearth for strength, wisdom, healing, and vision. We are not just Bermudian, Jamaican, American, Barbadian, or Bahamian. We are not merely citizens of the United States, England, Brazil, or any other place where our ancestors toiled with no compensation, no dignity, no respect. No. We are African, connected by our deep roots and strength, connected by our ancestors' history, culture, genius, and legacy. The first people to walk the earth, Africans, literally established the foundations of civilization. Africans. We are African. Know it. Believe it. Understand it. Embrace it. Let us resurrect our connections, knowing the health, strength, wisdom, healing, and continuation of our people depends upon it. To quote Baba Asa, to be African or not to be. It's weaving time, reknitting ourselves to ourselves, understanding deeply our connections to each other. Weaving time is upon us. We'll be right back.